Hey, I'm Orianthi and I'm here to talk about the Brotherhood of guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was 6 and I grew up in Adelaide, South Australia. I'm just basically obsessed with the guitar and ever since I picked it up I just wanted to learn more about it, and I told my parents I want to move over to America and travel the world and just tour and make music. And it's really, it's been a crazy journey since then, since picking it up. And I left school when I was 15, joined like 3 cover bands, play out until like 3 or 4 a.m, and sort of earn pocket money that way. And my first support was opening for Steve Vai, which was pretty crazy. And he has been a real inspiration and mentor for me. I came over to America when I was about 20, I think, and started playing at the NAMM show. And Rory Smith, who makes these amazingly beautiful guitars, invited me over. And Santana, I got to jam with him, that's the reason why I play electric guitar. He's just an incredible player. After hearing Europa at a concert in Adelaide, Australia with my dad, that was kind of a moment for me where I was just completely inspired and wow, that's what I want to do. And having that moment of sitting there in the audience and hearing Carlos play that song, he just really affected me. So, that I just wanted to be able to, play all of his songs, and so I wore out videos, and getting to, jam out with Carlos and call him a friend is insane. And it has been just a crazy journey since then. I've been living in LA, touring around with Alice Cooper, touring around with so many different artists. I've played with nearly everybody that I want to play with, and it's just been insane. So, I guess, I say this a lot, but playing the guitar for girls is kind of like being a male ballerina. There's not too many sort of, playing, and actually more now, because I've been to NAMM probably, I think, my 10th year, I think, this year, walking the halls and going to the booths of NAMM. And it's really cool to see more and more girls pick up guitar, and also, bass and drums and all that. But, I don't really think of it, it's funny, because I grew up listening to a lot of, all male guitar players, basically, apart from Bonnie Raitt, Jennifer Batten. So, and until someone says, oh, you're that blonde Aussie chick, plays guitar, and I guess I am, But it's until they say that, I just feel when I'm in the band with Alice or whoever I'm playing with, I don't think of it like that until someone sort of says something. And I think that's a good thing. If you have a passion for it, if you want to pick up a guitar, for me, if there's a guitar in a room, I have to pick it up. I'm obsessed with it, as I said. So you just have to have the passion for it. With anything you do, it doesn't matter what people say. Yeah, you'll get different comments, and it doesn't bother me anymore. It used to, for sure. And another thing is that when you're starting out, bending strings and whatnot, yes, you're going to have bleeding fingers. Your hands are not going to look pretty. Thank God for Photoshop, because my hands are all actually pretty terrible. But I don't really care, because I love playing. So it's kind of you just have to get past the pain, and it's all good. Oh, I never stop creating. Never stop. I never content with a solo I've done, or I can be okay, that night I've lost myself completely in the music, and that's a good moment. When you lose yourself and you sort of feel you're flying, and those moments you remember, because your brain doesn't get in the way. If you hear yourself thinking in a solo, I hate that. So if I'm just totally in that moment, and all the musicians are, and you're just flying together, that's really special. And you want to get there, with most performances. And I just hope to inspire more players, just create more records. I'm always looking to write better songs. I play guitar, but I sing and write songs. I feel I'm more of an artist than just a guitar player. But I love just creating and never stop creating. That's the thing. You're always looking for that next song and next record you want to make. So with Steve Vai, well, my first support was opening for Steve when I was 14. And I used to read guitar magazines with Steve Vai. I used to have his metaphysical kind of column, and I thought this guy was like crazy and really cool. He covered himself in like silver body paint and like alien love secrets and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't really listen to his music as much as just reading about him. I thought this guy's really cool. And when manager at the time was like, you know, go open for Steve Vai, that's your first support. I was super nervous because there was no band. I had a backing tape. I got up on stage, all guys in the audience with their arms folded, like, what are you gonna do? You know, like 15-year-old up there. And I got up there and I just played, you know, a couple of songs, like 3 or 4 songs, and Steve was watching me. I turned around, he was watching the side of stage, and I couldn't even hear because the foldback wasn't even, you know, that was nothing coming through the wedges. I had to go to the side to hear like the backing tapes, and I just heard the count-ins, and it was, you know, it was one of those shows where it was very interesting. But got through it, and then afterwards met with Steve. He was really encouraging and supportive, and I used to send him demos, and he used to actually listen to the demos, which was awesome, and take time to actually write back where I could improve, and sort of the parts he liked, and how to sort of structure an instrumental song properly. So having that support meant, you know, the world. And when he got on stage, I had to leave because I was 15 after 12 o'clock, so I only heard a couple of his songs. But he got on stage and he had a miner's light on, like lasers on his fingers, and was like shredding like there's no tomorrow. And it was like scary. I was like, oh my God, there's no way in hell that I would have played if he had, you know, if I'd seen that. There's no way at all. I mean, he's one of those players. I'm convinced like he's from another planet. It's like Jeff Beck, Steve Vai. You know, we wrote a song together for my last record called Highly Strung, and I didn't want to, you know, when you're in his presence, and I go over to his place and we jam, his house, I don't want to play guitar, I just want to watch him play, because he's just like so crazy good. And he just learns so much, you know. He's always trying different things with the guitar. He's like the Hendrix of our time, you know. He just innovator, and you know, all the melodies and things that he comes out with, you know, it's crazy, and the sounds and everything. It's really amazing. I'm actually holding right now is a Santana PRS model, and I use this for the Kennedy Honors. I got to perform with Sheila E. and Steve Winwood, and we played Everybody's Everything for Carlos Santana and Obama. And the fact that, I mean, I got invited to do that was just amazing, because, you know, Santana is the reason why I play guitar. So being up on that stage, immensely surreal. It hasn't actually sunk in that I did it, even watching the YouTube video. But amazing energy. You know, Carlos was happy. He was like dancing in the box to everybody, and it was great, because I was looking up at him after the solo going, I hope you like it, because I'm playing like his part, you know, so that was really cool. And Paul makes, I mean, these are pieces of art, really. I mean, they not only look incredible, but they just play amazing. The necks to everything. And, you know, he's a guitar player himself, Corey Smith. He has a real passion for playing as well as building. And everyone in his factory actually are guitar players too. So you can feel the love with every instrument, every PRS that I have. This is my favorite right now. I think it's actually one of my favorite for like forever, because not only is it color, but it's just great. But this is a Carlos model. I have my own model, which I love too, but I don't know, this one I'm digging right now. Davey Knowles is great. Yeah, we've done some shows together in Japan, Germany. We sort of toured around with Corey Smith, and we're demonstrating the guitars. He's a great singer and great guitar player. Just overall, just great blues artist, really, you know. And we had a good time.